Okay. What's your name and your age?
Tammy Vargas, 47 years old.
And where were you born?
San Diego, California.
Okay, so I'm going to review the definitions of gender and sex. So, sex refers to the biological and physiological characteristics that define men and women, and gender refers to the socially constructed rules, behaviors, activities, and attributes that a given society considers appropriate for men and women. So, how has gender affected your life? Use examples from your life. So, gender are the socially constructed roles.
Okay. Well, my mother was a housewife. Growing up, I see my mother stay home and raise 5 children. My father worked. And so I see my father, he was the bread maker of the house. I come from my mother and my father, of course, but they were non-educated. They worked in the field. And so I was the oldest out of 5 kids, and I would have to help my mother every day with the laundry, with the cleaning, with the cooking. So I was taught at a very young age how to do housework. So that came natural to me. And then I turned 18 and I left the house, and I decided I want to work. So I went out there and worked for 10 years in accounting. And then when I got married, I decided that I was going to stay home and raise my children, my 3 girls, and so I became a housewife, as they call it. But I love what I do. Only a female can take care of their children, I believe, because I came with a lot of experience growing up and knowing that I can do a house. I can handle the house. I can handle my marriage and my children, which is that's kind of hard sometimes. And so I learned along the way how to be a better mother than my mother was, and to have a good marriage. And so that's what I do as a female. And some people judge me for that, because I decided to stay home and raise my children. But to me, that's what I was raised with. It wasn't to think about going to work and putting your kids in daycare. No, it was staying home and raising my children.
Okay. So, what labels do you think define you as a woman in our society? Because labels are just like...
I'm a very strong woman. When I stand very strong in my opinion. Maybe I'm too opinionated on things. I think that comes from being an Hispanic woman. That my mother, knowing 2 languages, and knowing that when you talk with authority, and you talk with righteousness in you, so that when you come across to someone and you're talking very strong. And sometimes that's kind of bad on my part, because people look at me like, you're very loud and very opinionated, but that's how I was raised, and so that has made me a stronger woman inside.
And any other labels?
Well, housewife, yes, a label of why would you be a housewife? Why would you want, that's a label to me. And it's like, it's not really, to me, it's a choice that I made to take care of my children. But people look at me like, you're a housewife. What do you do? I do a lot. I'm a housekeeper. I mean, I'm a cook. I run, errands. I pay the bills. I attend to the children, And people do label me. When they see me, they're like, oh, what do you do for a living? I'm a housewife. I've been that for 20-something years already, a housewife. Half my life, I've been a housewife. It's a good job. I'm my own boss.
Okay, thank you very much, Mom.
You're welcome.